Hi, my name is Jack Lyons, and I am here recording this video to help bring insight into your lives and help you get a better understanding into how different everyone is in this world and how, from one another, we are all different. But this will actually have a positive effect and outcome on the worlds and cities around us. So let's talk about my identity. I consider myself a full Canadian. When I'm asked about my identity, where I'm from, I respond with simply, I'm Canadian, as does about the other 3/4 of Mississauga. When the truth is, I'm only a second generation Canadian. And before this, my ancestors came from all different parts of the world. The reason I state that I'm only Canadian is because of two reasons. First, I feel like it would be too long to get into the whole story, and they don't really care that much. And the second reason is because I've been brought up through Canadian culture and nothing else. Hockey, fishing, food, all Canadian, when really I am part South American and Irish. So, on my father's side is the Irish roots. Both my grandparents lived in Ireland. As you can see, here is my father, Abraham Lyons. Both were semi-successful farmers. Around their mid-20s and 30s in Ireland had begun a great famine that swept over the whole country. This made people rely on the basics for food and water. The civilians living in Ireland, including my parents, were only able to grow and eat one thing, and one thing only: potatoes. This is why the famine was named the Great Potato Famine of Ireland. As the family continued to eat potatoes, the potatoes eventually became uneatable because the famine. This caused my grandparents to flee from Ireland and immigrate into Canada. This is where they met, fell in love, and moved for the rest of their lives. So I have some things to show you about Ireland. Here are some Waterford crystal glasses. Waterford is a place in Ireland, and they're very famous for crystal. This is where the glasses came from. The second thing I have to show you is famous Blackbush Ireland whiskey. Not sure if I'm able to show you this, but it is very famous from Ireland. And thirdly, and most importantly, is my family Bible. This Bible has been brought down from my family for generations. It has notes, letters, everything you'd need. Now let's talk about my mom's side. On my mom's side is South Africa. And there are two stories from her mom's side. Her mother was Canadian, while her father was from South Africa. My grandpa, Alfred Thomas, lived in Africa there, and while a big apartheid started to come into place while he was there, this apartheid made it feel as if the white people were living above these African Americans. So when this happened, the great difference in population sizes of African Americans and white people in South Africa caused murders and poor civilians of white people. This caused my grandpa to grab all his money and hop on the quickest route out. He decided to travel the world with his money, where fate stepped in as Alfred ran out of money just as he reached Toronto, Canada. This is where he met my grandmother Susan and fell in love. And his one wish was, when he got here and when he passed away, was that we would go visit South Africa for him. So as you can see here, here's a family photo of our visit there. And some knickknacks we brought back was an ostrich egg paid from South Africa. But the most interesting part about all this was every day during the apartheid and his travels, he actually wrote a journal where he kept photos and notes for us, and he passed it down to us, giving us insight into his emotions, thoughts, feelings about everything. Now let's talk about the change in the world and how all this is changing the world for the better. Immigrations from anywhere coming into Canada or anywhere creates a very multicultural and diverse place. It just adds on to people's experience in that place. And everyone has different ancestors. They may not like to admit it or they may not know it, but all their experiences and memories keep making us wiser when we learn about them. And everyone has their own ideas and thoughts. Everyone has their own way to think outside the box. And this means when we get immigration, we get more people. More people, each person has diversity in thoughts and ideas. This causes a better society socially, economically, and culturally. And that is why immigration is great for society and should be held up.